Hello, good morning everyone. My name is João Martins. I am AI manager at Noesis, and I'm here for this session to talk a little bit about if this works or not. It's always good. Give me just 1 second to see what is happening with this. It's not the... Try again. Not working. Okay, back again. It was a techie problem. So I'm here to talk about GenAI and how our biggest superpower can be unleashed, that is the capability to create value in our companies, in our daily lives. And I will go through a few examples of how this can be done. And I will start with someone that most of us know, Mr. Pareto, and this 80-20% rule. So we spend 80% of the time achieving 20% of our main goals. So this, in the beginning of the data and AI topic, we stay 80% analyzing data, 20% of our time creating value, but, and there's always a but in our lives, if we use AI, we think, and it's common to think, that we can reduce or we can change this time into a 2080 rule. And the only thing that is completely a constant in our lives, on the AI space, in our personal life, so the only thing that is a constant is time. We can try to work more hours, but we have a limit of 24 hours. We can try to do more, but we cannot extend the time. But, again, let's think a little bit in some use cases and how we can change this mindset. Imagine that you are on human resources, that you have this kind of human resources tasks, and in the right side, you can see the typical tasks. So everything that is around resume screening, internal knowledge base, inbound questions. And there's the need of spending time to achieve those tasks and to get results from those tasks. Why not having a GenAI resume and screening system, something that could help us in reduce our time to screen a specific resume or specific CV? Why not using a document catalog with GenAI to speed up the response process? This is something that can be used just applying generative AI. Moving into another area, marketing and content generation. Again, on the right side, the typical challenge that we have: create content, redo marketing presentations, creating generic campaigns. Why not using GenAI to create more tailored content, fine-tuning the model, so basically telling to the model that the only thing that he knows is the data that we are injecting into the model, so that the capability to create new content is much more concrete, is much more assertive to the target that we are trying to achieve, and create my customer campaign. So basically, understanding my customer without the need of developing huge AI projects, in a quickly way, understand what is the type of customer that I have, what are his requests, what is their need. So again, with this we can speed up the process, and we can have only 20% of our time doing these kind of activities and having 80% to create value to our companies. Another area that is really interesting with GenAI, everything that is around customer experience. So typically, when we talk with a chatbot in a store, in a service, we talk with a script-ruled chatbot. If we do any kind of questions apart from the ones that the chatbot is prepared, the answer will be, I don't know, I cannot help you. What about using a GenAI, a ruled chatbot that can benefit with everything that we know that generative AI can bring? Customer experience, the typical phrase, one size fits all. Right now, one customer is one customer, so I need to have the capability to quickly create personalized and contexted content. So I cannot position the same campaign to everyone if someone is different from the other. So I need to be much more personalized, enter on the content methodology. Everything that is around customer support. Why not having a chatbot with natural language responses that could be really helpful to someone that is making a question to our company? Team onboarding. Almost everyone here works in a team or needs to manage the team. So every time that someone joins our team, we need to onboard him. We need to show him where's the SharePoint, where are the typical training content, what are the typical Q&A that we need to explain to someone that joins our company. Again, why not using a new member chatbot, something that could help the person that is joining the company to reply to questions like, my manager is off, where should I book my vacations? Who can approve? What are the benefits of being in my company? And again, if I know what is the person that is entering in my team, I can create new tailored training content. So I can create content to the specific person that is entering on my team, because everyone is different from the others. And again, these are examples that can be done using GenAI. Entering in our preferred area, IT, how can we apply GenAI on IT? Everything that is around techie documentation, everything that is about mails and attachments, Teams meetings. So typically, we spend or we invest too much time searching in technical documentation. How can we access a specific table? What is the available API? What is the person that can provide us the access? So again, if we have this kind of chatbots, but with internal knowledge, with the techie documentation that supports all these kind of answers, our time will be much better used in our daily life, and we can bring value to our company. Why not using GenAI document extraction? In the past, we need to train models. We need to provide tagged data, labeled data, non-labeled data. We need to train, retrain. Using GenAI for this is much more quicker. We don't need to spend that time at training my model. And meeting resume with GenAI. I just send some notes of my meeting into a GenAI service, and I will have my meeting completely resumed. So these are examples that are not far away, that are not in a few years. This is something that can be done right now, that can be done in a much more easy way. But one question that the market sometimes asks us, what about my machine learning processes? Are they dead? My typical predictive AI is dead? The answer is no. What we can do is, with predictive AI, is understanding our past and try to create a roadmap to the future. In the future, what do we have? We have GenAI. We have generative AI that can help us to go a little further in our AI project, in our typical machine learning projects. Examples, because this can be a fancy PowerPoint, but if it doesn't have examples, it's just a PowerPoint. So imagine, with predictive AI, you can create market trends, creating insights about your customers. With GenAI, I can create tailored content to it in a much more quickly way. One thing that I love a lot that is forecasting. With predictive AI, I can create really good simulations and forecasting scenarios. I can do that. But I need to inject data. I need to create data. GenAI can help me on that. Again, another thing that we can do right now, not in the near future. This is something that can be done. What about one thing that is really important, that is understanding my customer needs and problems? I can create that with a cluster, with a segmentation, with those typical machine learning process. But with GenAI, I can create much better next best actions, next best offers. It's much more easy to do this. But again, this is something that I will stress out a lot. This is something that is not to be done in 5 years, 2 years, or whatever. This can be done right now. Another one, and to end these kind of examples. With predictive AI, we can create content, we can create forecasts, you can create simulation scenarios, you can create predictive maintenance projects, you can create everything with predictive AI. But when we need to get answers, sometimes we need to go into a fancy dashboard, we need to go into a specific table, we need to understand the data in a much more detailed way. With GenAI and using LLM, I can make questions to my data. I can have the replies in real time. I can have do I for a specific number, do I for a specific action that I will take. And this can be done with GenAI again. So, and to close this short session, we have always the message of doing more. But I prefer to think that we should just do what we do best. And in the end, our main difference to a GenAI project, to all those fancy topics that we hear nowadays, is our capability to create value. We are completely different from this kind of algorithms, this kind of techniques, because we have both of the words. We have the techie word and we have the functional knowledge. So we can create value using this kind of approach, using this kind of use case that, as you saw, they're more or less easy or quick to implement. So my main message after this session is just one. Do something great. Test, create, use it, reuse it, try again. Because in the first time that you start to implement these kind of projects, you will want to do more. You will want to try. You will want to test. You will want to make questions. You will want to understand if the model is replying in a good way, a bad way, a more or less way. So try. This is not something that takes too much time to implement. A small POC can be done in weeks. So try. Try and do something great. And the final message, do something great with AI, and preferably GenAI, and with us if possible. My name is João Martins, and it was a pleasure to be here today with you guys. Thanks a lot.